Okay, so hello everyone. So as I promised in the Redux Toolkit video sessions, this video I'll be targeting to discuss about caching. So Redux Toolkit Query and its caching capabilities are one of the awesome feature which is given by Redux Toolkit Query APIs or query slices. So as part of this demonstration, I will give you the code walkthrough. Share you the live coding experience, like how exactly does it make impact, and you can see this in real, how really you can figure it out, like yes, it really means a lot. So before I go into that, I just want to explain you, like caching is one of the thing which is very useful when you know that we can, let's say, the time for which your keys are not going to be invalidated. So the basic thing which always very important and play a very crucial role in caching is like the duration, or let's say time to be invalidated for the keys which you want to cache. So any requirement, any use case where you think the data is not going to be changed, let's say for 1 hour, I think 30 minutes, 45 minutes caching the data is always a good use case. And there can be many things, right? Many type of data which always needs caching, because that is not going to change quite often. So uh, as you see this particular project, so I have created two folders: Redux caching, Redux no caching. When it comes to the HTML, I'll write the same HTML more or less, uh, and we will see in real that how with caching the same HTML or same page renders, and we'll also validate in the network tab of the browser tool, and see if it really make an impact with caching or not. I have this very basic, simple skeleton of a React project which I just created from a CLI npx. So you see here, this is all basic. When it comes to dependency, I have Redux toolkit, then we have React Redux, all that. um, index.js is something where I can just straight away write some code when it comes to launching the code into the, so for your HTML. So this is where I say root. This is also created most of the time automatically, but for some reason I removed it, so that you know I just create it from scratch. Create root, and then document dot get dot get element by id. Yeah, and there I would say root. All right, so this is my root, and then I would just render my root dot render, and I render my root. And in that, what I need to render, it's like provider. I close the provider, and in that I will, let's say, render app. Okay, so that's pretty much all what I need to do. In this, I also need to pass the store. So store is equals to store, and this store I will import from, let's say, I will create a store. So I'll creating two stores, one with the Redux caching stuff and then one with the Redux no caching stuff, right? So let's start with no caching first. So I'll go and create a store here with no caching. So I think when we say no caching, it means we are using simple uh, reducer here. So let's say I create a store which is const store is equals to configure store configure. Okay, so I do not get the dependencies because I just need to install dependencies and PMI, and let's wait, and then I'll just do that. Configure store, that will be automatically populated, and there we have reducer. Okay, and then reducer will be having name of the reducer post, and then let's say post post reducer. Okay, and then we export it. Export default store. All right. So this is what we have to import. Configure store. Now it is imported. Okay, so post reducer is also something which we want. So we have to create post reducer. Let's, when we say Redux Toolkit, so you know that Redux Toolkit giving you so many things out of the box. So I'll definitely create a slice here. Let's say const post slice is equal to create slice. Okay, now in that create slice, I will quickly just wrap up something. Let's say name of my slice is posts. Then initial state would be, let's say, I just say posts a blank array, and then let's say loading, loading, loading as false, and then let's say error as null. Okay, so uh, this is my initial object. Now, as you know, we need to add reducers, and in reducers, we have something, and then we have to add extra reducers. Okay, and then extra reducer also will have something. So, because I already have, given you a demonstration about having create async thunk, which you can use out of the box in Redux Toolkit to create the extra reducers and to have the asynchronous API call. So I would definitely tell you to watch my previous videos for Redux Toolkit. There you will understand what is reducers and extra reducers. Over here, I'll be creating a very simple basics thunk so that you also have an idea about how to make an API call or asynchronous action using basic Redux thunk, right? So I'll be using all reducers only to have logic, for example, very basic logic where we start, success, and failure. Okay, so let me add quickly fetch post start. So this is where I kind of giving you a demonstration like how we used to write applications or Redux code using the traditional way. So state, all right, one second. We have state dot loading is equal to true. Okay, and then we have state dot error is equals to null. So this is what is this. Copy, paste, paste, and this is success, success, success. And in this we have state, and then we have an action. Okay, now state dot loading will be false. Error is not there. Post will be equal to action.payload, which is coming out of the box. And then this is called error. And over here we have state. Again, we have an action, and there state.loading is equals to false. And then error is equals to action.payload. All right. So this is a very simple, um, I would say, simple code when it comes to writing. And then let's quickly export all this thing. Export. I'll export like fetch post start, fetch post success, fetch port error, and then I just get all this post slice dot actions. You see, I can get everything of the post slice, like we are not creating any action creator or things like that. So it's very easy just to have everything automatically wrapped up. Okay. All right. So what it says, export const. Sorry, I just missed this. All right. So next is we again, let's say, write our traditional way. Um, fetch posts. This is my method. Remember, guys, like this method I'm writing not inside extra reducers. Very important to tell you because I just want to show you how without extra reducers the traditional way of writing thunk works. For extra reducers, you can just watch my previous videos where I have explained in a very detailed way what is expert reducers, how to use Redux Toolkit, asynchronous, create async thunk, and things like that. So over here, the traditional way is like this, which I think most of us know here, async, and then we have dispatch, okay, and then we just need to do this. All right, so this is for fetch post equals this, and then this, okay. All right, then we have to dispatch our fetch post start. Cool. Okay. And then we have to do try, okay, because we are now going to act on like const response is equals to what we have to do. We have to use Axios here. So we have already Axios in place, axios.get, and I will use again the same URL, https, and then JSON placeholder dot typicode.com slash posts slash. All right, so this is all good. Now I just need to dispatch the success one, fetch success, and there I need to pass my uh, data in that. It's right here. Okay, and then in case of any error, so catch error. In case of any error, I just need to say dispatch fetch error response dot or let's say error dot message, right? Because error dot message. Okay, so this is how it works. And then I let me export default, and I just say post slice dot reducer, which is coming out of the box. So let me quickly format the code. So it is formatted, all looks good. So I have my post slice, I have my reducer here. So now let me just import this post reducer, POSTS reducer. All right, so this is for some reason not getting injected. Post slice is this. I created the post slice here. Yes. Okay, then this we have export const, we are exporting all this here. Then we have fetch post equals to, and then we are doing export default post slice dot reducer. So it should ideally come. I don't know why it's not coming, but it should definitely come. Post reducer. Yeah, so there is sometimes some problem. Let me import it in import posts reducer from, and there we have post slice. Yeah, so it just, I don't know why, but yeah, it was not working. And now I just said post reducer. So just post reducer, we have store, and then we have post slice, and we have post slice here. And if I just go here to this is working fine. All right, so let me quickly run this and show you quickly how the HTML looks. So app.js, we do not have anything. We have created index.js, we have app. So inside app.js, we have to write some HTML. So, okay, let me quickly write some HTML here. So I would use RFCE arrow function, let's say component. All right. So this is my component. And then inside this, what I'm going to do is I have my div. Let me quickly write loading. Loading I use. And then if it is loading, then I will say P. And in that we say loading dot dot dot. And if it is an error, I would say error. See, everything is same. It's just like we do some fancy stuff when use UI. but it is mostly all the time. This is the same structure how it works, right? You have loading, you have error in any page. Then we have, let's say, UL, because I want to render something. And then because you're using UL, and then I will do, for example, post dot map. All right, posts dot map. Okay, posts dot map, and here post, and then we have to do this, and there we need to write all the logic for li. So li, and then li, we have to do key is equals to post dot id, and then value will be, let's say, h3, and inside h3 we can write posts dot title, and then we can have next like p, which can have post dot body. Okay, so let me format this so that it looks good. Format document. All right, so I have this post, and now I quickly need to wrap up my uh, I have to export, let's say, uh, okay, so this is my component, uh, and let's say I have one more component which is called post. Okay, so let me quickly write one more component, rfc export, and let me create a functional component this time. So let's call it, okay, let's give it to name, this one, let's say posts. Okay, and this one is app. So in app, what we are doing, in app we will be just writing h1 with header, let's say, uh, demo of non-caching. Okay, and then um, we just say posts, and then we copy it 2 times. Purpose of copying it 2 times, we will see in real that how this okay, we have duplicate here, how this caching works when we are rendering a component 2 times. Okay, so this is a post component. So inside this post component, when we are doing this, so let's say we are doing something, for example, const. Okay, so let's say you have to do use, so this is all intelligence, right? So just you do this, and then you see it is created. So dispatch is equal to use dispatch, use dispatch. Okay, so this is use dispatch, and then what we have to do, const, over here we have to say posts. I'm taking everything from the thunk which we have created, error, and this is all coming in from use selector, and then over here we're reading it from state. So state is state, and then it is state state dot post. All right, so this is coming right from here. So we have post and everything, and then we can, let's say, write something just here, console dot log, and we can say fetching posts. All right, and this will be moment the component is rendered, this will be this will always be printed, and in the network call also you will see this thing. So let me take it down, and then you see the whole code. So we have dispatch now, and I use dispatch right here in use effect. So use effect hook. So use effect hook, you see here UEH, I'm using a plugin, and it just created everything out of the box. So in my use effect, I'll do dispatch, and dispatch I will just do fetch, fetch, fetch post, which is my thunk, and then I just run this like this, And in cleanup, let's say I keep the cleanup like this, like for now, I'm not doing any cleanup here. And let me format the code again so that it looks good. So now you see, it's it looks pretty good, right? So what we are doing, we have this app component which gets rendered, and we are rendering post component, which is what I have created here. You can create a different file also for this, but for a demonstration purpose, I'm just creating everything here. And in this post component, I'm making a call to fetch post like the moment the component renders, and then we're rendering the data right here. So, and we're rendering this component 2 times. So, what is expected here? Like this use effect will be triggered 2 times, isn't it? And the data will always be same because we are not passing any argument to this fetch posts. So let me quickly run this and see how it works. npm run start. Okay, so you see the application. Okay, so there is no output. Okay, there are many errors. So let me quickly fix the errors, which is in index.js. Okay, so over here, index.js, there are some errors which are reported. So let me quickly fix everything which we have. So we need to definitely import the store. So let me quickly write store one more time. And where's this store? We are called no caching store this time, which we have here. So we are importing this. And let me format this again so that this also looks good. Okay. So now I see the store is imported. What else I need? We have React DOM, so which is also not imported. So let me quickly do it again. React DOM, React DOM, and export React DOM from React DOM. Okay, so for some reason this is not coming in. Ideally, this React DOM is part of import React DOM from React DOM slash client. Okay, so this is the part of this import most of the time. And then we have provider, then we have store. So let do not, I should be okay with this. And then we have app, which we need to import. So let me quickly write app, which is there. We have store, we have app, we have, okay, I also need React, which is important. Okay, so their provider looks me a bit difficult because I need to just import provider in a good way. So import provider. Okay, and then we have to import store. So store is also something which we can import. Import, let me remove this store. Okay, so this looks good. Now we just need React, which is missing. Import. Okay, just let me take this one line. Import React. Okay. Okay. Now it looks better. Uh, Now what is the problem, which is in app.js? So app.js, this also is crying because it says that import React. You have a parsing error. Okay. So let me check what is the parsing error in app.js. So we have use effect, but we have not imported use effect. So use effect, let's import it from there. We have use selector, use dispatch, but not imported. So use dispatch. Okay, so use dispatch is not coming as part of React Redux. Let me quickly check if we have React Redux or not. React Redux is there, but for some reason it's not important. So let me quickly import use uh, selector, comma, use dispatch, and they are all coming from. See guys, you have to know what library gives you which utilities. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to understand how things work, right? So this fetch posts is something which should be here, and I am kind of exporting it, but for some reason this is also not available. Fetch. posts. Okay. So let me quickly FETCH. So fetch post, I will just quickly uh, use dispatch. So I'll quickly import fetch post. All right. So this all worked. What else? React has already been declared, so I do not need that in app.js. So, but why it says this? Okay. Okay. Single quotes. Let me parse this file. All right. So I see line number 33. Oh, this is the problem. Why these things are imported two times? I don't know. Yeah. Cleanup is not defined. So let me quickly remove this cleanup so that this demo work. Okay, now it's happy. Sorry for this because I I saw those imports are happening, they just by default got it here, and that's why I was not able to see that. Okay, so this looks good. Let me quickly go and check how this UI looks on the okay, so this is all. I'll show you first console.log. So you see 224, how many times this app.js at line number 9 rendered this component. And also when you go and check the network call, you see two times the post API is being triggered, right? Two times. So I'll quickly show you again. Two times the post API call again rendered. And there you see how many times the data, the component is rendered. Okay, so this is a very basic example where we do where we create a component, we use effect in order to make the API call and things like that. But now how Redux Toolkit Query can play a significant role here. So without wasting time, let me quickly write a very because I have already written the code here just to save time. You can refer my previous videos where I have used the Redux Toolkit Query. I just copied the same code which I have given in that demo. So you see here we have store where we have Redux Toolkit uh, reducer, and then we have this API, create API, Redux Toolkit stuff, and then I'm using it the same. So what I have to do in order to see this, so I have app caching. So let me quickly copy everything which we have here. And then what we can do, let me copy this first and then I paste it here. All right. So what changes I have to do? So everything will be same. Instead of app, it will be app caching. And let me quickly export this app caching from here. And this will be Redux Toolkit with caching. Okay. And what is happening? Everything is same. Um, and yeah, this is also same. So instead of use this because we don't need that at all, we don't need also this in the normal way of having uh, this thing, um, the normal way of the standard way of getting data from the Redux state. Instead, what we'll be using, because we have this something called app slice, which we have given use get post query. So I'll be quickly writing this here. Use uh, get post query. All right. So this is what we need, and then we can get everything what is there. So inside data, guys, as I said, please watch my previous video if you want to know what I'm writing in. It's just the same code which I copy pasted from there, like Redux Toolkit Query, and it should be easy for you to understand what I'm writing in. So it is very easy. All right. So is loading, I just write it here, and then is fetching is something where I can do. Let's say after UL, I can just write one more statement is fetching, like is refetching, something like that. Um, and then we can write, let's say in P, what we can write, refetching data. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We do not need dispatch because, as I said, everything is coming out of the box. And then what else? We have error. Error is good. So I think everything is good. We just need to remove all unused stuff. So see how many hooks we have removed. The code is much cleaner because now we are using Redux Toolkit format document. And now we will see in real how this, okay, now app caching is there. I just need to switch to app caching instead of app caching instead of app. Remove this app from here. And then what I'll do, instead of this store, I'll pass my store which I created in the caching one, right? So this is the my caching store. So you see this import has been changed only, and rest everything is same. So now I run the application to this. You see here the number of times the fetching post has been reduced. And if I see this, so you see only one post call is happening, right? So what does it mean? It simply means that with this approach, we are saving a lot of time, meaning uh, even though in this we are doing the same post component rendering two times, but there is only one API call in the network tab, you see, not two. You have seen my previous dev tool when I was on uh, without caching, it was happening two times. So now you can understand the importance of caching using Redux Toolkit Query. I hope you got it. I'll show you more videos which gives you more easy to understand concepts of Redux, React, and technology development forward. Thank you very much. I see you there at the time.